Here's what I think where the secret sauce is that we don't try to collaborate.
Okay.
You know, and I think that society says that you have to collaborate.
Yeah.
And I don't think that you do. Collaboration would mean that I'm sacrificing something
Okay.
in exchange for my win. And collaboration means that she would be sacrificing something in exchange for her win. And then at the end of the day, we have a collaboration.
Yeah.
And to me, that means that we both sacrificed.
Okay.
So I think something that has served our relationship so well is that whatever each of us is in charge of, we are allowed to go full bore 100%.
Okay.
And without having to entertain the other person's input. You know, like when it comes to the kids and school and all of the accounting, and because I don't know if you know, but Crystal runs like every fucking dollar that goes through 5 companies. We have 27 bank accounts.
Yeah.
27 bank
and
accounts.
you manage all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
5. Think how many, that's a lot of
That's
bank.
a
And it's not
lot,
like I have
yeah.
27 bank accounts that are sitting with just money in them. They just, it's like
Right.
that
Right.
pesky checking account that always has $5 balance.
Yeah.
No.
No, these are like that every transaction has to be accounted for and what do you
Right.
call it? Fucking
reconciled.
reconciled.
Yeah.
And
And one's a nonprofit, which
yeah.
Yeah.
assume has a lot of regulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
What's a nonprofit? Which you have a
Galindo
non.
gives.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did I,
It's a nonprofit. Yeah.
did I know that?
That's what you donated towards
Me?
when you came to give gifts.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That one's real relevant
Okay.
around that time of year, but we'd like to grow it into something bigger and more special. But the point is that if you really were to break down all of Crystal's duties, you know, reconciling every bank account, understanding where the money is going, making sure that every mortgage is paid, every
Yeah.
bank, every car payment's paid, that all of the things are paid, and then you break down my role, which is to not be bogged down with that shit, because
Yeah.
that is
Right.
very taxing on the mind.
Oh my god.
I'm a big believer that if whoever is the mentally stronger person in the relationship that can take on that burden,
Yeah.
then give it to that person.
Okay.
And then hopefully that alleviates any of that. Like when I go out there and think big and bold and strong and powerful, I don't go, well, fuck, I got to have
What are
enough
the
money to pay the
yeah.
mortgage.
Yeah.
I don't even think about the mortgage. 'Cause I haven't paid the
Right.
mortgage in fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
I haven't paid one bill in 10 years. I go to the ATM or the credit card machine or whatever it is. I swipe my card and I get what I want.
Right.
So it keeps this mind in a very abundant space.
Mm-hmm.
But so if you were to take all of the things that I'm in charge of, which is ensuring that the family continues to grow in a very healthy,
Yeah.
positive way, and then so my list and Crystal's list, there's very little critiquing or collaborating between the two lists. Crystal's 100%
Yeah.
her direction. I'm 100% my direction. Again, if I was okay collaborating with Crystal, tampering my ambitions to make her feel better about her reality,
Mm-hmm.
then I would be doing the family a disjustice. Instead, I literally consider it, and I only am considering her input to see if it's applicable, meaning will it make this journey better? And if it doesn't make the journey better, I completely ignore it. So I don't mind getting your input, but just be prepared to have
Yeah.
it be ignored in the event that I don't find it to be more beneficial to the path
And does
that I'm
that
going
go
to go
over
on.
well?
There's
Or-
times when she doesn't like it.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Well, because I feel like, most people, like you guys have this figured out, right? But most
No.
couples, or for the most part,
Mhm.
but especially ones that are trying to that haven't reached the success yet, right? Like they have the big dream, or one of them does.
But
But
there's
then-
trust that has to be built in that space. I
Right,
have built
right.
trust that Crystal can trust me.
Yeah.
So that yes,
Maybe that's that's obviously
my
the
track record's
component.
pretty
Yeah.
good. So now I can go, hey Bev, I'm going to spend 15 grand on a podcast room.
Yeah.
And she's not like, oh fuck, not that I intended to come in here and spend that, but that's what's ended up
Yeah.
happening. But she just knows that whatever I put my mind to, it will monetize and I will
Right.
eventually win. So
she knows that now,
she
but
knows
in
that
the
now.
early
Right.
days where you just
That was tough.
was
She
fake.
was a little bit, I think you need to elaborate a little bit deeper, Beb. You were not always, go get him. It was scary for you, which is totally fair
That's normal,
and real.
right? Yeah.
But it was not, you were always supportive, but it scared the shit out of you.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, for example, like when we were living in Mountain's Edge and he wanted to move to Summerlin, he
Yeah.
was like, hey, I found this house, like, blah, blah, blah. He took me to it. I'm like, it's too much. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really want to do it. And then I was like on my way to work. He's like, no, we're doing
We're doing it.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Like, no, I broke out into hives at work and I had
Yeah,
to go
because
home.
you were freaking out. Yeah.
I had to go
That's a
home. They're
true
like,
story.
Yeah.
you got hives. I'm like, I'm so stressed.
Yeah. But then
Yeah.
it worked out.
But then it worked
you know,
out.
so-
Yeah.
And that's my point about being a bulldozer. I had to go, no, fuck you,
Yeah.
we're moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to be okay. But here's the thing. Now that sounds, oh, Josh, that's real arrogant or real
Yeah.
strong. Yeah, well, I just signed up for the good. I get the pat on the back if this goes well,
Right.
but I also get fucking
Yeah.
smoked, and I have to take on the burden if it doesn't.
That's true.
And I actually like that type of pressure
Yeah.
because I don't like getting punched.
yeah.
So before the world is able to punch me, you better believe I have exercised every scenario possible to prevent that punch.
Mhm.
So 99% of the time I win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so no, we're moving.
But you do that in a way like you're adamant about whatever that decision is, but you're not an ass. Like you're just like, I really
No,
believe in this.
Well, I'll own my
sometimes-
behavior.
sometimes he's an
there's-
ass,
Sometimes
yeah.
I'm an ass.
Because see, that would cause like some friction, right?
Oh, it does.
And then you just like get through that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
happens.
it. You just get through it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's part of the gig, you know,
Yeah.
and that's growth. Growth isn't meant
this
to be
is like
comfortable.
real. Like
if
no.
if it was comfortable, then everybody would keep growing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
right.
you know, you have to be willing. That's something that the thing is I have to, there's things that I had to get comfortable doing repetitively. And there's things that Crystal had to get comfortable doing repetitively. And for one of the things is being comfortable getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then Crystal had to get comfortable knowing that Josh was comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So we've both, but I've won. That's the key
Yeah.
thing here is
Yeah.
I win. And all I have to do is win a few times. And then Crystal's like, that tastes fucking good.
Because you probably don't have that as much anymore then, like where you freak out, or does it still happen? Because now it's
no,
just
it
on a
still
larger
happens.
scale.
It
Well,
still
it-
happens. and
It's always
sometimes-
going to happen.
Yeah.
It's always going to happen. The second that I don't scare Crystal, then I'm not
Yeah.
pushing hard enough.
That's true.